country. God is good all the time. And I'm starting to progress into where I want to place to put my cabin down here. Clearing the property here, trying to get to there. Taking down some trees. There's an alder there that's leaned up there. I gotta take that out. I just keep going through here. I come across this old fir top. Back in the day, I think at the turn of the century, early 1900s, they would come in here and they would log an area, and they'd only take like the first, 2, 3, 4 butt cuts of a log and leave the tops in the woods. Well, old growth fir rots a lot slower than the second and third growth stuff that you see today. The grains are closer together, tighter together, and they just are a lot more resistant to rot and bugs, pests and different things. So I might be able to get some lumber out of this. It'll be interesting to see. Have to clean it up and pull it out of here and see what I got. But that alder, which is probably, 16 inches on the stump, was growing on top of this. Roots all around it, and I was able to dig around it and push it over with the excavator and peeled this out of the ground, this old fir here. So, there might be some more of this kind of stuff around here to be able to use and maybe incorporate into the cabin. I do have a unfoldable cabin that I'm also thinking about putting up out here for temporary, and eventually taking the wood mill and milling up some of my own lumber and building a cabin out in here. So for those of you who don't know, I'm working on engineering in this brain of mine a hybrid solar and hydroelectric system. I just came up from the creek down there and was just kind of looking around to where I could put in a area that I could have like an overshoot wheel down there. For those of you who are following us, you know that I have some old, I believe they look like old horse-drawn hay rake wheels, old steel wheels that I'm going to have to straighten up, refashion, and turn into an overshoot water wheel. So anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and get to work on this thing. I want to pull this out and save it, clean it up. It's got some dirt and stuff on it where I had to manhandle the thing with a machine and pull it out of here. But most of the bottom is pretty clean as far as everything's concerned. But I have a way of cleaning this so it won't affect the saw blades too much, relatively speaking. Right now I'm trying to focus on, kind of getting my rough road in here and just being able to get in here and move around. just going to go ahead and clean these ends up. This is a pretty easy way to clean all the dirt and duff off of it. You just brush, I have a file for the power saw chain, and you just kind of scrape away from the area you're going to be cutting, and that does a pretty good job of getting the dirt off and the rocks. We'll cut a couple of rounds off of the end here, see what we got. It doesn't look too promising. It's eat up with this, I can't remember what the name of that particular, it's a fungus or some kind of deal where it's white and it just gets in there and permeates the log, and it might be clear through the log. I'm thinking that it probably is. I'll cut some on the other end and see what we got there. I just don't remember what you call this, but it might be clear through the log. It's probably sound enough to where I can make firewood out of it, but not too optimistic about lumber. Here's a little bit where I dug at it with the backhoe some, and you can see it just eats the fibers, whatever this stuff is. Here's the winter wood. It's kind of left, but it ends up rotting. It kind of eats that stuff last, from what it appears. These strands coming off are just remnants of the old wood, or the winter wood, I mean the hardwood. So you have rings in a tree, you have the hard and soft rings. The soft rings are the summer wood, when the tree was actually growing. And then the winter wood would be the hard, dark rings that you would see. Right here you can see more of that. I was hoping that this is just on the outside, because right here it looks pretty sound. Right here by the knots here it looks pretty sound, but not so much here. You know, I'm not even going to waste my time with that. So yeah, I was kind of excited about opening this thing up and seeing a sound log. I've seen plenty of these. Matter of fact, I used to work at a little mill that, you know, we called them buckskins. And that's all we used to, pretty much most of our work was cutting these old buckskin logs, these old logs that were left in the woods. And a lot of times they'll have a good side on them, and we used to export to Japan some big beams out of those things, but I was hoping to be able to do that with this log, but no, looks like nature kind of had its way with this one. But you know, if something changes on it, I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop. Anyway, that's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Take care and God bless.